Hello everyone, welcome back. Coach Fury here, and we're back today with the next episode in my Let's Play series for Draft Day Sports Pro Basketball 2017 with the LA Waves. So as you can see, I've sort of gone on a couple more, gone through the rest of last season, and we're sort of into this season now. First thing we should probably have a look at is who won last year. So if we sort of jump through, so you'll see here that Golden State won, no surprise, 4-1. They had played against Milwaukee Bucks in the final, so it's first seed versus first seed, and they kind of won quite convincingly. So yeah, nothing really major happened in the playoffs really, just Golden State going through and winning it all really. So you're probably wondering why we've sort of jumped a little bit. So normally we go through the end of season, the awards, the draft, the summer league, and then into free agency. And I've kind of jumped forward to free agency this time. The reason being is a couple of things. So first thing I did was I moved our first round pick this year to New York, which is here, and our second round pick to New York really, and swapped this other second round pick that we had with New York. The reason being, I looked at the draft, looked at the guys, and there wasn't anyone that stood out for me as being a real player that we needed to draft. So I felt that it was better just to cash it in and move it on, and New York seemed interested in taking the pick. So moving on, I've made a bit of a decision really. So we obviously last year we didn't play particularly well in the playoffs. We had Noel out for quite a long period of time towards the end of the season, which kind of killed our playoff hopes. We got knocked out quite convincingly by the LA Clippers, with Blake Griffin absolutely destroying us. So I've decided to take a little bit of a gamble here really, and you can probably see that by the draft, the trades that I've just made just before we head into free agency. So first thing I did was I renounced the rights to Geeson, who was our rookie player. So we would have had his, he would have been a restricted free agent for us. But the reason being is I wanted the cap room, because I'm going to try and make a play for one of the top free agents this year. Combined with that, I moved Monta Ellis and a future first round pick to Toronto for a first round pick, mainly just to clear he's expiring off of the books. And then probably the biggest trade that I've made was I moved Gobert, who's been a staple since year one for us, to the San Antonio Outlaws or Spurs for a first round pick and a couple of second round picks, and we had to throw in a first round pick to get that deal moving. So what that means for us is that we've actually got cap room. We've got about $33 million, and we've got sort of three players here, Wall, Ingram and Noel, who I think are are 3 stars, and I'm looking to try and add another one really. I feel that Gobert, whilst he was really good for us, he was a bit of a one-dimensional player, and my thought here is, looking at free agency, is that we can probably hopefully try and pick up another star, which will give us more of a chance against the likes of Golden State, and that star that I'm going to look at is going to be James Harden. Yes, he's 30 years old, but he is an absolute scoring machine, and I'm hoping that with him, with Wall in the backcourt, it gives us a little bit of an advantage as we head into the season. Failing that, I felt that we could also have a look at Green. We know Golden State are going to be in some financial issues with the likes of Jackson, who they picked up for $80 million, and they're going to be looking to probably try and ship some players this off season, and it's probably a good time to try and get someone like Green, who is a really good player. The question is do we go for Harden or do we go for Green really? Because I think I'm not too sure really. I'm thinking we probably should go for Harden, because he is an absolute machine, and I just think the idea of him and Wall in our backcourt will just be absolutely devastating. So that's who we're going to try for first. We're going to go straight in and offer him a maximum contract. No surprise there. And then if not, we'll try and get Green. There's still likes of Love and Whiteside, who probably are just as good as Gobert, to be honest. who we could try and get as well. So that's the plan with this. We're going to sim for a few days, see if we can get Harden. I think the main competition for us with Harden is going to be Dallas, because they've got about $60 million in cap room, and they've been tanking last season. So hopefully we can get him. If not, then this could be an absolute disaster, and we could be back to square one without Gobert and basically nothing to show for. So hopefully this works out okay for us. So he's still interested in Oracle, which is good. I mean, the other one you're probably looking at on that list is probably Simmons, and thinking, why are we not going for Simmons? And the simple reason is Simmons is a restricted free agent, so the chances of us actually getting him are very minimal. And look, just as I say that, he re-signs for a maximum deal with Philadelphia, so there was no chance of us really realistically getting him. Hopefully we can get Harden here. We might. No, so we can't bid for two at once, unfortunately. See if we can get Harden ready. I mean, just the thought of having Wall, Harden, Ingram and Noel is it's mouth-watering, really. We'll have so much scoring ability and some defence, and you know, like we've said before, we kind of need those stars in the West to try and get past Golden State, and we were a little bit unlucky last year. I felt we would have, if we'd have had Noel, we probably would have hopefully have got to. Oh, looks like Turner's signed for quite a large deal there. But if we'd have had Noel, I think we'd have got past the Clippers, and then we'd probably, I think, faced Golden State. So I don't think we'd have got past Golden State anyway. Just they've got so much talent. It's just difficult. So you know, I felt we had to try and make a dramatic move, really. And that's what we're trying to do here. Is the plan is to hopefully try and pinch a all-star type player who can give us something a little bit more than Gobert. I feel that with Gobert we can try and address like his skills that he brings with a cheaper contract, really. Gobert was cheap enough when we picked him up anyway. I think we just paid a first round pick for him, I think, originally. So you know, he's done well for us, and he's got us to the point now where we've gone from a sort of hopefully a playoff team to hopefully a contending team this year, if this works out. If this doesn't work out, then we're probably going to be back to square one. We probably would be a similar sort of team as we were last year, around that 4th to sort of 6th seed, really. And I'm hoping that if we can get someone like Harden, it will just push us up into being a really, really good team. And if we don't get Harden, then I'm obviously going to make a play for Draymond Green. But you know, we've been trying to get Harden since the very beginning of this Let's Play, really, because I thought that he would have been someone that would have just given us that edge. I will just take a look at Green. Yeah, so my concern with Green is that his scoring ability is quite low, which means that for him to be effective, we have to have quite a good balance in terms of scoring ratings across the team, and we clearly don't, because we have John Wall, who's about rated 90 something in scoring, so he's not going to get that many shots, so he's not going to be as impactful as we probably want. Whereas with Harden, I think with scoring 97, he's not as good a defender obviously as Green, but I'm hoping that offense, the fact that he can, score 30, 40 points a game, will just take a little bit of the scoring load off of. Okay, that didn't work out as planned. So unfortunately, we've lost James Harden. He's gone to Dallas. So that leaves us with trying to go and get Green. So let's have a look. So he's currently demanding that. His top team is Golden State. So what can Golden State physically offer him? Where are Golden State on here? There they are. So they're massively over in terms of cap space. They've got... Okay, so we're probably going to have to go with a max contract for him if we want him. And I don't think we'd lose anything by taking him over. Obviously, what would have been Gobert. There's obviously Love's available. He's not quite as good. We've got Whiteside as an option, but we've got... Problem is, I don't want another like centres player. I want someone who's a little bit more versatile. So we can perhaps have a go at here at Draymond Green. He's demanding that. So I imagine Golden State are going to be offering him that. So let's go in at 27 million. 5 years. And let's say 3% raises. Oh, okay, we might have to offer 4. There we go. So let's see if we can lock up Green here. That'd be a nice addition at least. Yes, okay, cool. So we've managed to lock up Green. That's really good. I don't think we've lost necessarily anything there with getting him over the likes of Gobert. I mean, look at his stats. I mean, he's still solid post player. He'd probably be better balanced against Noel. So we'll have Noel and Green in at the front court. Obviously, we need to try and adjust that shooting guard position, which is probably the immediate thing I need to have a look at. See if we've got available here. So we've got Brandon Knight, who's not particularly that great. I think there were a couple that were sort of... So Chris Dunn's a point guard, that's no problem. Jamal Murray is possibly an option. So we can try and get someone like that. Jay Crowder might be an option. He's still got fairly decent defense in him. There's not a lot else available really. What's he looking for? He's looking for huge. He's going to go Dallas, isn't he? One of these is going to go Dallas. Going to form another sort of big team there, I think. There's not a lot of real point guard options. Let's have a look. Let's try and filter this down. So obviously Danny Green is still lurking around. So we could throw some money at Hield and see if we can get him. I mean, I don't think we will, but we can try, I suppose. What's he looking for? It's probably like a huge amount of money. Let's just try. I mean, we've only got 6 million, so we can give it a go and see what's else available. There's going to be some people who are certainly going to drop now. Be interested to see who else Dallas picks up, because they've obviously got a huge amount of cap room. So possibly Love, or I imagine they'll probably go for Love or Whiteside. So Brandon Knight's gone to Detroit. Philadelphia re-signed Covington. So okay, so nothing, none of the big guys have dropped yet. So we've still got quite a few days before the end of free agency though, to be fair. I haven't got any offers in for this one. Just want to see who, once the big guys kind of fall, we obviously have got cap room to use. I mean, I'm tempted to try and just pick up a backup because I think he'd be a good backup. Hield was not interested in our offer. In terms of shooting guard, I mean, we've got Tariq Evans might be an option. Just thinking off the bat. That shooting guard position seems to be a bit of an issue recently, hasn't it? So nothing, no, none of the big guys have gone. That's interesting because normally they tend to have fallen by now. And what's the back looking for? 8 million. What's his stats now? Is he still solid? He's not particularly that great anymore. What's Jamal Murray look like? He might be an option. I know these are all restricted guys, that's the problem. I mean, Jamal Murray would be okay for us. We can just try. I mean, once some of the top guys start to fall away, we'll have obviously a bit more flexibility. It's just whilst the top guys are there, I want to try and see if we can at least snag one of them. I mean, there's still plenty of days to go before the end of free agency. That's the thing. Dallas has obviously got to try and sign one of these big guys. So you don't sign James Harden and then just expect him just to win everything for you. I mean, Houston have been a good example of that on this. They've just had pretty much Harden and that's it, and haven't really done much else. There we go. So Kevin Love has gone to Dallas. Chris Dunn has signed an offer sheet with Miami, it looks like. Tariq Evans has got a huge deal with New Orleans. Bakker's gone another big deal to Boston. So there's a few guys that have fallen over. What are you looking for now? You're still looking for a huge deal. That's frustrating. Capella's nice options of backup. Parsons, has he still got any sort of ability? A little bit. Possibly not someone we want to try and knock down. I think we'll just try and see if we can use the rest of this cap space on just like some sort of prospect, really. What does Levert look like? So Levert looks pretty solid. What's his? He might be an option. I still think I'm going to try. I'm going to still try, see. Just, we might as well. I mean, even if he still keeps on rejecting us, at least we might force him into just taking a tender offer sheet, which means he'll be an unrestricted free agent next year. But it looks like obviously his home team is not too interested in keeping him. Interesting, Whiteside's still sticking around. I'm not sure what he's waiting for. I don't fully expect Miami to try and lock him up soon. Okay, Capella's gone to Milwaukee. Collison's gone. Bender's gone to Houston. Okay. So Hild's looking at our offer now. So that's good. I'm gonna throw you a mid exception. Why not? See, I think mid exceptions you can offer for 4 years. So I'm gonna. Okay. So we've had a bit of a crash here. That's not good. So I'm probably going to end the episode there. I'll get it back to the point, and I'll go through the rest of the free agency. I'll get Green re-signed, and then we'll come back beginning of the season, and we'll review. I'll probably go through the same methodology. I'll try and see if I can get James Harden. Probably not. Again, probably go to Dallas, and I'll try and get Green back, and we'll go from there. Shame that error's come up. That's probably where I've just been typing in letters into the string. Here I've accidentally not put it in properly, so that's probably why it's fouled. But oh well, I'll complete free agency, and we'll come back next episode, and we'll start the season and see where we're ranked. But as always, guys, if you've enjoyed the episode, apart from this bit, just hit the like button, and you can always hit the subscribe button to follow the episodes as they come out.